your school have an anthem? Do you remember?
Bweranyangi, we are proud of. Wait. Wait. Oh, first wait. I don't want to give this guy a chance to lie to us. This is the one interview you're going to speak the absolute truth. So Goshes, first tell people.
So
how
promise,
do you know that?
promise you tell the truth.
I will speak
You
the
see,
truth.
she's the one talking about
Nothing
truth.
but the truth.
Amazing.
First start by telling them how you know me. Because
Okay,
you don't
you tell
just
them.
know me as a comedian.
The way you are doing it, you want somebody to say something.
Hey, say something. I'm giving up on you.
You see, Anne and I first met in Ghana. In fact, she came to Ghana.
The first cut is daddy.
Let me talk.
The Goshes just recently told me, by the way, remember I told you I'm coming to Uganda? I am coming to Uganda. So I've been so anxious, so eager to just sit down with him and we have an interesting chat. So please ask me all your questions.
Don't mess with Kansiime.
Don't
You know, you talk about a lot of things, but I think most one thing that I don't think you talk about is your high school.
Oh.
But I want to know which one did you attend?
Okay, so first of all, this is a disclaimer in this whole interview. I am bad with years, names. So I might remember the scenario, but when it goes down to like remembering who my favorite teacher was, instead I remember that would beat me more. Like I don't remember some of the things that I should remember. So that's a disclaimer. I went to Bweranyangi Girls. It's a single-sex school. Bweranyangi Girls Secondary School. It's in Bushenyi. And I was there for 6 years.
6 years?
Yes, I was that student. Amazing. Too stubborn that I was suspended once, but also so good the school didn't want to lose me. I loved music.
The school didn't want to lose you?
Yeah, man.
I think we'll get to that part. But then which year did you enter school?
That's what I was talking about. Just know it was a long time ago.
2005?
Okay, if I try to remember when I went to high school, I remember that when I finished P7, I was in a day school. And the one thing...
What is P7? You
primary
do
7.
Primary,
right?
oh,
so
okay.
you do nursery. In nursery, you spend 3 years. 3 or 2 years, depending how quickly your brain is growing as a child. Because there's baby class, middle class, like now you know what's going on in school. Then there's top class, where there's graduation. So you graduate to primary level. Primary level has P1, P2, P3, up to P7. Now, after P7, that's like Ugandan way of education, not those things of, okay, now you go to international school, there's Cambridge education. No, UPE. So it's P1 to P7. After P7, then you go to high school. High school, it's from senior 1 to senior 4, that's O level. Then senior 5 to senior 6, that's A level. Then it's from there that you go to university. But from senior 4, you can qualify to go for technical training, technical institution. You can decide and say, okay, I am going to go and make the best coffins.
The best what?
Coffins. Yeah, chairs, but also coffins. There you're sure of market. People die every day, man.
So when you go to school first, as I'm talking about the secondary school.
Bweranyangi Girls.
Yeah. Who was the head prefect?
She was a girl.
What was
like
her name?
I don't remember that name. But somehow, see, the thing is when you're in S1, everyone that's not in your year is so beautiful. And when it's a girls' school, they are taught. First of all, I was like a boy. Like if you didn't ask questions, you'd think I'm a boy in a girls' school. My breasts refused to come till like senior 4.
Hey.
Kansiime, I needed to make noise enough for someone to know that girl. But now looking at the head girl was in S5. I just remember her just being very beautiful, tall, that they have hair. O level were not growing hair, so A level they'll be growing hair. You'd look at them and be like, hey, she's like the Minister of Education. Like in your eyes, you're seeing she has power. She can expel you. She can pray for you.
She can expel you. How do you mean she can expel you?
No, you fear. You think that they'll chase you out of school if you're not doing exactly what she... And then it's a very prayerful school, so they are the ones who you'd know they would pray for you and your sins would be forgiven.
Amazing.
But do you know I went to Bweranyangi Girls because yes, the education is good. Our first lady, Janet Museveni Kataha, also studied in Bweranyangi Girls.
Oh, okay.
Yes. and the first lady of the opposition, Barbara Chagulanyi, Bobby Wine's wife, also she was a candidate in 6 and I was a candidate I was in S3 and we're in the choir together. So when he met Bobby Wine, I was there, that play at the National Theatre. So part of why I went to Bweranyangi Girls was just to be in a school that was known for producing prestigious, beautiful, intelligent women, like most of the famous, strong, hard-speaking women were in Bweranyangi.
In this country.
The OGs of Bweranyangi, we call them egrets.
Egrets.
And then the OGs of Ntare, our boyfriend school, are called Bweranyangi. So what our relationship was...
Is that the school the president attended?
So the president and the first lady started those things of Bweranyangi school when they were in school. That's why it's important for you to make real meaningful relationships.
When they were going for sporting activities and all that, that's where they started seeing each other and all that.
So I went to Bweranyangi to look beautiful. Girls would have long hair. Bweranyangi, Mary Hill. Yeah.
Awesome. Shout out to all of you. And then when you became a senior among your group, when you became a senior, who became the prefect?
I was the captain.
Captain for what?
Of a house. Captain Equatorial, Equator House. We had about 12 houses in Nganwa, Apollo, Beaka. But there were so many. And I was the captain of Equator.
We'll go more into that, but who was the head prefect? Who became the school prefect? I
don't know their names. I don't know. Because you see...
You've forgotten about all of them.
I've forgotten about all of them. Ones I remember, ones in A level. Like in O level, you just know of the most popular girl in school, but also I don't remember their names. That's why I said, don't ask me names, just know people were popular. And I was in school with the other girl.
And you became a captain?
Yes, I was a captain of a dormitory called Equator, and we were number 1 in MDD competitions. Actually, Bweranyangi is popular for that.
How did you get that position?
Because I was the most active. Like when I went to school, senior one, I was staying in Nile House. And I remember that year we had competitions where Bweranyangi was really good with MDD in high school. And we used to perform with Makerere College, Wairaki, I don't remember the rest. But I remember I was the best dancer that year.
Best dancer?
Yes, soloist. I was crazy. I've been a performer since...
They want to know if you remember the name of the headmaster of your school.
Yes, of course. Sunday, Mrs. Sunday. She was so sweet.
Mrs. Sunday.
But they changed them. When I went there, it was Mrs. Sunday. And by the time I left, I think there was Mrs. Mwesigwa. And then I think right now, one of the literature teachers that we had then is the one who's the current headmistress.
And who was your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher was Doris. Doris was a student teacher in music. Why? Because in my final year, I don't know what happened, but I think I was big-headed, or maybe my music teacher was tired of me, Mr. Pison, you know me, and we were not talking, so I couldn't attend his classes for like the whole last term, yet I was his best student at the end. So I became so friendly with the student teacher who I would use to get the things I didn't get from class.
Amazing.
Yes, I remember Doris Mutahunga, an amazing woman. But also Mrs. Messi was dangerous, but I loved her. Is she what?
Where is she now?
Doris is a performing artist in Barada right now. I think she's still a teacher. She performs on weddings. She took what we used to learn in school, like folk songs and she's done them mainstream. So she does cultural performances at functions.
And your school have an anthem, do you remember?
Bweranyangi, we are proud of her. Wait. Wait. Bweranyangi. So it's like,
but you know you're a good singer.
Oh, stop. Of course I'm a music singer, but I can sing for you our school's anthem.
That's what they want to hear.
Hey, we young women and men of Uganda are marching along the path of education, singing and dancing with joy, together, united for a better Uganda. Then of course there are other stanzas.
Amazing.
We are the pillars of tomorrow's Uganda. Let's rise now. Of course, in primary or high school, you have your own words. We are Kapira Karuketo Uganda. You just add your own things. But that's it.
Amazing. And I think since you left school, have you gone back?
Yeah. Of course, then you're picking your certificate. And they're like, but I've tried to go back, I think. But I think I've gone more to my primary school. Bweranyangi was in a different district, not where I was born. Like I'd have to travel to go to school. But where my primary school was where I come from, Kabale. So I've not so much gone back to Bweranyangi, like to go do real activations, but I've gone back to my primary school. It's the one I'm more interested in. I'm in the OBs group. Yeah, and we do activities.
Because the secondary school system, I think that's the point that a whole lot of people have their heart in the secondary school system. So I was thinking maybe after school you've gone back severally to go and engage the
maybe
students.
I've attended like alumni events. Like you will come up with events that have causes and then they'll invite you. The problem is being an entertainer, and this is what happens when you make it in Africa. You are the MP and the representative whether you've stood or not. So having become a popular performer and having come from Bweranyangi, like every time when they have egrets meetings and alumni meetings, they call you to MC, yet you want to go there to also enjoy, and a regular person, and rub shoulders with your OGs and your OBs. So to be honest, I have stayed away from those events because of that exhaustion. Like you're going to go to like you're performing from the moment you step out of your car. You want to meet people, but then you can't just meet them. You then have to entertain. Then you're there, Kansiime. Then you can't charge it as a gig. Then you need to contribute. You get it?
Yeah.
You go, you can't charge them for a gig, but then you Kansiime, like hello, they're going to recognize you. Then the minister can't be contributing 5 million shillings to build the library, and for you, you're just quiet. So they are really tricky events. But I'm proudly associated with Bweranyangi.
Who is the alumni president? You know the president?
No, I don't know who that is.
Amazing.
I don't. Ask me about my primary school. High school, I think I sailed through.
So
Let me tell you, I'm telling you, I sailed through high school. I feel it's being in high school made me feel like when I'm done with this, education is over. Actually, as we speak right now, even if I'm being paid to study, in my head when you tell me I'm going to study, I want to cry.
It's not going to happen.
High school was so books, Jesus. I just started to progress, but not. I hated school. I wanted performance. As a performer, right? Like I wish that I'd been dancing like from childhood. I'd be the happiest child.
Is that where your career started? In that school?
Yeah. I started being nationally recognized, but no, in primary, P5, P4, P6, I started being the best dancer, best solo. Those things started then. So coming to Bweranyangi, it was also, and I went there also because they had a very good music program, like entertainment program. And then I continued with that, and that's the only thing that used to make my heart beat. Performance. And because you couldn't be in a choir if you're dance in class, I had to be good in class. Because they don't allow you to then travel, go to Kampala National Theatre when you're the last one in class. So just by default. But I loved maths, I loved music. I even knew fine art.
Fine art.
So, and I didn't have a boyfriend in high school. People don't.
I'm telling that we will get there. Don't go there yet. you see, when we're about to start this video, you mentioned that you're going to tell all the truth,
okay,
right?
Ask.
So don't worry, we will get there. But now I want to find out if you had a chance to change something about the school that you attended, what would it be? If something that was happening there that you thought administration should know about this and change it, but it never happened.
I don't think we had proper sex education. By the time I left, of course I was still a virgin by the time I left high school. I was still a virgin throughout the whole first year of campus. And then towards the end of second year, that's when I did bad manners. But that's a story for another. But what am I saying? one thing I didn't appreciate was my ignorance on the boy child, my ignorance on my own body. And this is a girls' school. You'd expect a girls' school to be comfortable in teaching the girls who they are. But I feel like by then it was, you'd be judged for knowing, for having information, and you'd be condemned for wanting to know information. Then it was, men were evil, like the male species is the devil when you're in Bweranyangi, because they'll even bite the demons of lust out of you. But I feel like there's being open about real life. Like if you're teaching PE and people running, if you're teaching agriculture, home economics, then teach someone about their body, teach them about the herbal or traditional or easy, affordable ways of controlling body odor. As a girl, teach them how to look after their flower. Teach them, that should be one of the advantages of sending a girl child to a single-sex school. For them to understand themselves and be informed and get out of high school when they are so liberated and they have knowledge that can allow them to protect themselves.
But maybe the thought is the responsibility of their parents to do that.
Not when it's a high school.
Because some parents don't want the fact that you expose their daughter to some of these things. They want to be responsible for that.
I think parents are shy. It's hard to talk about certain things with your child. And sometimes as a parent, you feel like you're not a good idol. You've not been a good example. So you really hope that while you can teach them from how you're living, you hope that when you send a child to school for 3 months, in those 3 months, in them being with other girls, you pray that the school creates an environment that teaches them the things and starts from where you failed. But the school has to have that responsibility if it's a single-sex school. But the things that happen in single-sex schools, it's because we distance ourselves from teaching the girls who they are. It doesn't mean because you see a fellow girl day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, men are even. Before you know it, you don't know how to relate with them when you leave school, So that's it.
Did it ever happen at a point where you went for sporting activities and then
I was the school goalkeeper. What? Somebody did what?
Somebody had a crush on you.
Yeah.
For the first time.
So, first of all, I had a nickname, but my nickname started from Tare school. Now, when I was in Bweranyangi in second term, we did a play, an entertainment play and I was a house girl. And there was this scene where I kept on interrupting the family's conjugal rights, and I would run into the bedroom and ask for tomatoes, enyanya. And when they are getting close to kiss, I'm like, Madam, I want enyanya, what. So it was one of those hilarious skits. And by the time I left, going back to school, I was called enyanya. So I had a nickname, Tomato, in Tare. And that is how I got my first boyfriend from Tare. He was a number mate, but also from Kabale.
Where is he now?
Hi, Solomon. So we're number mates. The most we did was hold hands. We went for walks. In holidays, because you can't see them during school.
But where is he now?
He is a lawyer. He's in Kampala. He's actually a friend. I know him.
Amazing.
I know him.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah. So yeah, I had a boy, but now this is the funny thing. Me, I got a boyfriend in S5, and my boyfriend was in S2.
Why?
Because I was such a short, small person, and this boy was in S2, but tall. You know those ones who grow like they've grown in a test tube.
You like tall people.
Hey, you can't be short, and then who will change the bulbs in the house? Who will pick the mangoes when we are taking a walk in the village? I need to be chewing the grass. I am shy. You're picking for me fruits as we walk. And you can't do it if you're short. Anyway, first of all, I'm very intimidating. Now, you don't want me to be taller than you. You'd rather I'm like, what? I'm giving you the last warning when you're tall.
So, who were the people that were very close to you? You're like your closest friends on campus?
To university, my closest friends.
Not
Malaika.
University. Secondary school.
Secondary school.
Yes.
Who are my close friends in secondary school? The music department. Most of the people in the music department. I remember Janice. But now Janice was even a class lower. There's Ben. All my friends were like class low. I think I was just so small. I used to befriend people who we can stand and look.
You said they were class what? Lawyers.
Lawyers?
Is that what you just said? You said all your friends were class what?
A class lower.
Class
like,
lower.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
like
okay,
I'll have
Genius.
Most of my friends were class lower.
Okay.
I think so. But then the Rwanjezis were in the same class with them. I don't know. Anita Ariho was in music class with me. Winnie was in music class with me.
You know where they are now?
Yeah, some not really. But the one that I have that is on my side right now, who I was friends with in high school, is Malaika.
Malaika, hi.
Hi, Malaika.
So, Anne, if you could go back to secondary school and change things about you, what would that be? Things that you really didn't like, you wish you shouldn't have done back in secondary school.
Actually, sometimes I think if I went back to school, I would be more stubborn. Yeah. Because for me, most of my lessons were learned in being rebellious, in being termed as stubborn, in like when they would come to class and there's an activity happening, they would pick you because you're the craziest. I would just do a little bit more. I would be a little mad. Like I would not be a calmer child. No, I would be crazy.
So now all the students that are watching you should
Let me tell you something.
Crazy.
Not really. Your craziness has to have a mission. Like when you wake up in the morning and say you're not going for prep, you have to have a good argument in your head. Why are you not going for prep? Because that will be equal to days when you're an adult, you wake up and you don't want to go to work. So you just attach reasoning to that craziness and the madness that you're doing. You'll be mad. And also, you cannot just abuse your bosses when you've grown. So in high school, you can argue out things. When you have left high school, you don't have that leeway to do that madness that you're doing. So do everything you can in high school. In this real world.
So it's almost like don't be too introvert.
You really don't know the freedom you have when you're in high school. You actually don't know. You think it's all limitations. Still, you get that freedom that you want when you leave high school, and you badly want to be locked down in a gate again. So just let yourself be. Break some rules. Rules are there to be bent. If you can argue them out, you will manage life after.
So right now, do you still love that school?
I love
deep in your heart.
You want to peep inside. Bweranyangi shaped me. I wouldn't be an entertainer if I hadn't gone to Bweranyangi. Bweranyangi taught me how to make friends, how to live around fellow women, because that's a skill. How not to be jealous of the things that you don't have. How not to feed from the other person's plate. How to appreciate other people's victories. Because there's a lot of that. Like you're exposed to the female my goodness. So it allows you to just exist with sisters. To create a sisterhood of, okay, we're all doing this. And it helped me grow mentally. Awesome. In understanding fellow women, like just that.
So right now, thousands and thousands and thousands of people are watching you, including students from your school. There are some who aspire to be like you. There are girls out there who wants to be like you. They want to toe the path that you've told, becoming entertainers and all that. What advice do you have for them? Do you think it's worth it to embark on a journey like that? I'm
jealous of them because they have me to look at and be like, I want to be like Kansiime. Because when I was in high school, yes, in my heart I wanted to be an entertainer, but it was hard for me to pinpoint one exact one that was making it then in Uganda, that was a female and was like you'd have a dream but you couldn't shape it properly. So my message to them is they have no excuse. We're in an era where creating content is easy. What we are doing here, he will not tell you, but we don't have a whole crew. Sometimes when he's in a hurry, he's using just a phone. Just a phone. Like, then things were hard. You dream of things, but achieving them was hard. But I am just telling the girls that are in school out there, the boys that are in high school out there, that you've come out in an era when you absolutely have no excuse. You know, you have, if it's idols, you have so many to look at. It's up to you to choose who you follow. But I think the best thing is to try. Okay, see Anne, admire her, but make sure while you want to take that path, don't be like Anne. Try to know who you really are so much, because then someone will look at you the way they are looking at Anne. And I think I am probably your idol. You look at me and you want to be like me because I have tried to be the best of who I am as Kansiime. The accent does not change. Like if I travel outside countries, you shall not find me saying I'm gonna. I shall not gonna for you. I remain who I am. And find that one thing that leaves you authentically you. That is it. And you'll make it. You'll be making coffins with discolates. You'll be making blankets with warmers. You'll be making showers that bring milk. Think out of the box. Allow yourself to be crazy. You have a better chance. You're going to be me and so much more.
Awesome. So, and from your heart, specifically to the continuing student in your school, I want you to give them a word of advice, specifically to the student from your school.
You know, in high school, walls would close in on you on something so small. Like there's food being served in the dining and your appetizer is over. You know, that food, that stuff that we put in our food. And you just don't know that you're going to make it through the week. Guess what? You're going to make it through that term. You're going to make it through that year. And you're going to reach an extent where you can eat all the Rolexes you have been dreaming about. And get tired. And get tired. What am I saying? Life seems to move so slow when you're in high school. You're like, when will I ever get all those things that I dream for? But you'll close your eyes, wake up, and you'll be going back to your school as a teacher. What am I saying? There's all the time in the world for you to do the things that you want to do. Right now, just study.
Study. And give shout out to people who matter to you now in your life.
They are not going to watch this. Selassie watches Coco Melon. Hi Selassie. That's my son. Selassie watches Coco Melon. Tata Selassie is like somewhere. We're doing what now? Just, yeah. And my ninjas. You, my ninjas. Please subscribe to Goshes's channel. Yeah? Subscribe right now. Just take your time. Use this minute. We're waiting for you.
Amazing.
Just subscribe.
So my time with Kansiime, Africa Queen of Comedy, what has been so interesting to you about this conversation? Put it in the comment section.
Good ones only. Good ones.
I'm giving you a high five. Okay. And bye.